So there's a lot of build up to this video. People have always been invalidating non-binary people since non-binary people first appeared on the scene back in like ancient Egypt, so that's fun. Recently I've seen a lot of it on YouTube, and content creators I watch have seen a lot of it on YouTube and have responded to me. Specifically, Ashley Mardell made a great video and just really talked a bit about what I wanted to say. So, number one, non-binary people are real. Hello, I'm real. I'm non-binary. That's what's up. Your arguments are invalid. There's just really no way I can compromise on that. So, thing number two. I am allowed to speak, or everyone is allowed to speak on all topics. This seems to be a point of contention in the the LGBT community at large. There are distinctions between intra and inter-community discussions, whereas intra-community discussions involve people within and outside of the community, whereas inter-community discussions involve only people within the community, but no topic, I feel, should be held in reserve for only inter-community discussions. Or maybe I mixed it up. Intra is whatever. I think intra is the community alone, inter is whatever. You know what I'm saying. There are different conversations that people inside a community have with themselves versus that they have with other people, but I don't think that certain topics should be limited to one group or another. Thing number three, I was a little shit of a person in the past. Your favorite person is broken and flawed because we live in a broken world, and they're not perfect. Nor is my favorite person. Your token person of diversity is not perfect and cannot speak for everyone in the community. So I'm going to tell a story, not the story, there are a lot of stories, but I'm going to tell a story about me being a not great human being, and how, in retrospect, I can see why, but that proves that I, as a member of the LGBT community, didn't know everything, and you can infer that I won't know everything. I mean, I imagine I might when I'm dead, and in the new heaven and new earth, but even then, probably not. So, at the time I was identifying as a pansexual cis person, or maybe I was using bisexual still, but whatever. I was identifying as some variant of polysexual and cis. Fun times, fun times. But cis is not an identity. Cis describes the fact that I was identifying as a woman and saw a designated female at birth, blah blah blah. So, cis woman was the identity. And so someone sends a really nice ask to my Twitter, or my Tumblr, which is basically like, hey, I just wanted to let you know that some of the stuff you've been posting is a little transphobic. There are more than two genders, and like non-binary people are a thing, and I just figured that I'd tell you. And I responded politely, but violently, because erasure is violent. So I said, hey, this literally just does not make sense to me. I've never felt like a woman, so, like, I don't believe there is a thing as feeling like a woman. I don't just think that's a thing. It doesn't make sense. I don't think guys feel like men. So you people just need to figure out your lives. Actually, this wasn't even about non-binary people. This is just about binary trans people. They're like, hey, trans people are a thing. And I'm like, hey, no, they're not. Flash forward a couple of years later, here I am in my final, as of now, form. Hopefully not final form. I am agender. I always was agender, but my final understanding of my form as of now. And I look back on myself and I can see why. I wrote that ask the way I did because I don't feel like a woman. Fun fact, it's because I'm not a woman. And I don't feel like a man because I'm not a man. I don't feel like any gender because I don't have a gender. But that's not the point. The point isn't me tracing my identity, though I can do that if you want, me tracing my understanding of it. The point is, I fucked up. All people are gonna fuck up. Even members of the LGBT community, members of any community who you're seeking for approval, advice, or permission from are going to mess up. And the best, I am a member of the LGBT community. I'm also an ally to all my other LGBT siblings. And the best way for me to be the best way for me to understand my identity and to be a good ally is to constantly be learning and growing. And I think that's true for anybody and anything. The best way to be a good human being is to constantly be growing and learning and not being afraid or ashamed of, or to not being ashamed of admitting or afraid to admit when you mess up. So there's that. I hope you have a great day.